This may be a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Sagittarius in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus dominant in your chart, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Sagittarius. A few things to keep in mind as you listen to this reading, Sagittarius. It's a general reading, Sag, so this automatically means that the reading can go vice versa. Not every detail will resonate exactly to your situation. It's not going to be an exact match, but you might find some things in this reading that genuinely may resonate. Even though, Sag, you hear me calling this a 7-day forecast, keep in the back of your mind that it's general, so not every single thing may happen at the exact same time for everyone. So give the reading a chance to play out. For others of you, this simply may not be your message. Above all else, Sag Nation, please don't make any rash decisions or jump to any type of conclusions based solely on a general reading. Now, if you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can of course book a reading on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Sag, this reading is guaranteed to touch on some sensitive topics, and that's not your thing. You might want to just click off the reading. You might find your message elsewhere. With that, Sag Nation, let's jump right into this. Let's start with the chat messages. All right, Sag. Clark County, the name Courtney. Alert, day 1. I want justice for this. A huge heart attack. Burning sage. Okay, that's what I was smelling. I was smelling like an overwhelming scent of sage. So I don't know if you're a burning sage or someone around you might be, or you might need to protect your energy in some type of way because somebody could be sending you some negativity, Sagittarius. Celery. State of survival. The name Rob or Robert. Cars in the driveway. The name Dexter. Tertiary, as in maybe third in line for something. Maybe this might have something to do with your third child. You have more than 3 kids. There might be something going on with your third child, or tertiary, or third in line. Oh, you might be having a deja vu moment. How I specifically heard and saw this was, it's happening again, it's happening again, it's happening again. I heard it 3 times. So something may be happening in 3s, or like I said, deja vu moment. Times 3, or x to the 3rd power. I don't know, maybe you're having some issues with math. Maybe somebody around you might be having some issues with math. Florida, Odyssey, duck, move, get out the way. And it's a song by Ludacris. So I don't know if you're having some road rage, somebody could be having this toward you, or maybe there simply is somebody that you wish would get out the way. It feels like it's at work. Somebody's in your way, I feel, Sagittarius, and you're ready to move them. I think somebody might be coming to little girl you or little bro you. In other words, somebody might be talking down to you or treating you like you're a child. It's Sag. I feel like there's more. Some of you are obviously dealing with Gemini, because I heard Gemini loud and clear, your opposite sign. Let's get into it, Sagittarius. Let's see what the next 7 days has in store for you, Sagittarius Nation. Listen to your instinct about something that is going on around you, Sagittarius Nation. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign, and this fire sign could potentially be a Leo. And it's going to be so specific, but this Leo might have, I heard Taurus, but I meant to say Scorpio in your chart. Some of you Saggies, you're dating somebody, you're into someone, or vice versa, like I said before. If you, Sagittarius, were or are currently seeing someone, possibly a Gemini. Random side note too, Sag, you might be life path 22. I think if you are seeing somebody, Sagittarius, or you were seeing someone, you might feel ghosted by somebody. You might feel like they kind of dropped off the radar. Maybe something was blossoming between you and this person, and maybe you were falling in love with them, or you currently are. You adore this person, it looks like. It looks like someone may have, I'm hearing somebody has an agenda. Somebody might be having plans to travel to come and see you, or maybe they did in the past. And maybe you had an uneasy feeling about something, because it looks like somebody may have canceled these plans out of nowhere. In other words, they ghosted you. They may have ghosted you, Sagittarius, because they had other plans. They're seeing someone else in some situations. And it seems like it was kind of difficult, Sagittarius, for you to even maybe open up, to maybe be willing to maybe entertain this person. Because it looks like maybe you're in this protective bubble. Because of the fact, Sagittarius, that maybe you got out of something previously that really did break you emotionally. Now it seems like you kind of opened up a little bit and let this person in, or vice versa. It just seems like something in the past didn't work out, Sag, and it might have you feeling angry. Or maybe you're angry because someone was not being genuinely honest with you about the fact that you were not the only one in the picture. And it could be this King of Swords, and beneath that is Justice, so this may have something to do with a Libra individual. Some of you may have been heartbroken by a Libra individual, disappointed in some type of way. And it could have been that this person, or you, Sagittarius, could have said something. You could have put your foot in your mouth. Maybe there's something that was said in haste without thinking about how someone's feelings were going to be affected by this. Whatever this that was said, somebody is hurt about this and angry about it. In fact, Sagittarius, I think that somebody is constantly in their head about this situation. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about you. And I think that this may have been somebody that you wanted to be more than friends with. The issue, though, is I feel that this person was playing games with you in some situations. Now, currently, Sagittarius, it feels like you decided to put boundaries between you and this person. This person that I'm speaking of could be long distance. And they might be sharing their story with some people that, they are associating with. And according to their side of the story, Sagittarius, they're the perfect angel. If this is you in a situation, here is a Virgo. You're talking to somebody, they take forever to reply. It's because, and here's your fire sign, it's because they've got some type of interaction with somebody else. You got a Cancerian here, so this person could have Cancer in their chart. You're not the only one that they're seeing, Sagittarius. So I don't know if this person is giving off, it seems like somebody's lying in this situation. They're not telling you that you're not the only one, but that is the case in some situations. Virgo wants to come out again in Taurus. You've got to be dealing with an earth sign, Sag, or this is you with earth in your chart. In some situations here with the Seven of Swords, I feel that this person that you're seeing, Sagittarius, may be sleeping with their ex behind your back. And this might be something that you might have found out about, or something that you will be finding out about. Some of you, this isn't a love relationship that we're talking about. Some of you, you may be feeling ghosted by a friend. Maybe, Sag, you're upset in some situations here. Maybe you are thinking about someone in particular. If this is a friend of yours, maybe you feel like you were there in someone else's time of need. And maybe you're in a situation right now, and maybe you feel like, when you need something that maybe this person is not there, or vice versa. I don't know. The thing is, though, is I feel I feel that there's someone that maybe you want to reach out to, Sagittarius. Maybe you are wanting to reach out to this person. Maybe you are wanting to reconcile. See that Ten of Swords. See, somebody knew exactly what they were doing, Sagittarius. This was a very calculated move by somebody. And, you know, if this is someone that you're seeing right now, or this is somebody in your energy, some of you, so random, this could be a neighbor. Maybe you're having animosity with a neighbor. Yeah, see, this was cold and calculated. Somebody that was in your life, Sagittarius, a cross watcher, may have kind of had this unexplained disappearance, right? They disappeared off the radar. And I think that in some situations, this anger has a lot to do with the fact that there's trickery involved in this situation. There's some dishonesty, and there's somebody telling you half-truths. And I think that it's going to dawn on you very soon what's really going on, because as I did tell you, I think you're very intuitive, and I think your intuitive senses are very sharp at this time. And I did say, maybe you are thinking about reconciling with someone, or someone is coming to reconcile with you. I just don't like the energy that this person is bringing, Sagittarius, but I do see that maybe someone is thinking about coming back into your energy. That might have been the way that they left. So I kind of get the sense that you don't trust this person. This is a third party, if I didn't make that very clear. If this is something that you're dealing with currently, Sagittarius, just know that they don't really have the intentions of making this a long-term situation. This is a right now thing. This, for some of you Sagittarius, is you're like I said, you're growing feelings for someone, but it's not really a long-term situation. Like I said, somebody's heart is not truly in it. They don't really have intentions to stick around. In some instances, if this is your story, there is communication likely coming in from someone that maybe you feel, you kind of feel like you outgrew the situation. This might have something to do with someone that you have children with. Or maybe this is you maybe reuniting with your mom. I don't know if you have, maybe some of you might be having issues with family members, if that's the case. Take the reading however it applies. I think, depending on where you are in this third party situation, okay, I think some of you may have hit a wall. Okay, I think that somebody is inwardly apologetic about the way that something went down. But I think that maybe you've made it abundantly clear, Sagittarius, that you're not really interested in what this person has to say. So this could be that maybe somebody is, Sagittarius, missing you. And maybe they're interested in reconnecting. And this might come at a time in your life where maybe you've moved on and you've met someone new. Because chances are, if this is something that you're going through now, what I just explained, what I've explained prior, with this being a short-term situation, and if you are open to dating, I think you will meet someone else, Sagittarius. Maybe this is something that you are currently... Anyway, it seems like there's someone that is very conflicted about you. Conflicted about whether or not they should approach you. This person with this cheating addiction. I think you might be dealing with someone who is very depressed. But in some instances, depending, like I said, where you are in this third party situation, I think somebody feels like they found true love with you. Or vice versa in this situation. They put you in a third party. Somebody in your life is coming back looking for forgiveness. That's what this feels like. It seems like somebody feels like they have unfinished business with you, Sagittarius. And they're coming back. They're finally going to take a gamble, it looks like, possibly for some of you in the month of March, to maybe approach you to tell you what's on their mind. The only thing is, Sagittarius, either you have blocked this person, or maybe they, You guys have had some really tough interactions in the past. It could have had something to do like staticky communication, like rude text back and forth. You got an Aquarius that shows up to your reading. And maybe you're just not in a position to fight with this person. Maybe you're just not wanting to do that. Be a Capricorn. Aquarius and Capricorn show up heavily. Maybe there's somebody that you might feel needs to deal with their baggage, Sagittarius. Or maybe this is you, maybe putting a distance between you and this person so that you can deal with the baggage that maybe this situation has created. Okay, because it definitely feels like you're feeling emotional or angry about the situation. And if it's not you that feels this way, then it's someone. If this happens to be your story. Yeah, they kept their options open. They had somebody else in the background that they may have had a so-called committed relationship with. Yeah, mother and father, they show up in this reading. So like I did say, this might be somebody that you co-parent children with, or this is an issue that you have with your parent. You got a parent that's in and out of your life, or in and out the life of a child. Definitely have a court situation, which we'll talk about in a minute. What's going on? You definitely have somebody that's jealous of you. Somebody's comparing themselves to you, Sagittarius, or vice versa. Let's see. What's going on with this father figure? Okay, so this looks like somebody who throws stones and tries to hide their hands. Somebody might be into martial arts. Somebody could be very spiritual, Sagittarius. Getting a motorcycle, Sag? Let's see. What's going on with this father figure? Maybe somebody plays chess. Maybe someone's a smoker. Okay, but it does. Oh, maybe this is your father. Okay. This looks like this is a family member, okay? Maybe you're upset with, that's what I mean. Something has caused you to become very emotional. Maybe you're emotional because maybe you feel like your dad was in and out of your life. Or just wasn't. They abandoned you for their lifestyle or something like this. I think if this is a family member, and let's say if it is specifically a father figure, okay? This is your dad or your baby's dad. It seems like somebody feels the need to reach out and feels like there's something here between you and them that just does not seem to be able to ever get resolved. And maybe Sagittarius, you're feeling hurt about something. Maybe you're journaling about it. It seems like maybe you have some type of artistic genius within you, or you have some type of writing talent, I feel. Maybe you may feel that your father is an addict. I see in some instances where someone in this situation could be an addict, and maybe somebody did hit rock bottom. I don't know. This is a parent-child situation. It seems like there's a child here that's struggling to feel special in their life. And it could have been because of an absence of a parent. And there's a kid here, Sagittarius, that's really struggling. They're putting a lot of pressure on themselves to be on top. It might be a bit of an overachiever. But there's someone here that's definitely, a child here that's definitely feeling the effects of the fact that their parents are no longer together. And it had something to do with an outsider that put a hole in their family. And this child that I'm speaking of could be you, Sag. Maybe what you learned and saw and witnessed as a child, you may feel that you kind of grew up and repeated this. Or like I said, this is a child that's kind of watching and observing what's going on. And it just feels like there's a child that's in a state of fear, possibly. at the things that are going on in the household here. It looks like somebody is intoxicated, or they're noticing that their parent smells of alcohol. And there's a child here that might be afraid of what their parent is becoming or has become. And it seems like there's been a lot of inconsistencies in this situation, and somebody is just tired. They're over it. They're tired of being stressed out and sad, because this is a child that may feel constantly disappointed by their parents' maybe absence and reappearance. They're just there, and then the next minute they're vanishing. They're not there anymore. One of you may view the other one as a hypocrite. I don't know. There's something hypocritical going on in this situation. The bottom line is, it just really seems like there is a desire to communicate and possibly heal the situation with you. It seems like something happened, Sagittarius, that was a blow to your self-worth. Yeah, this looks like this is divine timing. This is a matter of time. Somebody is coming to you. They're very cautious about how they approach you, Sagittarius, because they definitely understand that this is a sensitive subject. It's as if somebody feels like they have to walk on eggshells in this situation, or that they have to be careful with how they word certain situations. So yeah, this is why this person is coming up as a strategist, not once but twice. They're strategizing on a way to say something to you. Yep. This feels like this is a father that wasn't present, Sagittarius. Or this is you being angry and frustrated over the fact that maybe your baby's dad is not around. Seems like a child is taking notice of this as well. So that's why I feel like somebody is resurfacing, Sagittarius. And in some situations, there's a legal situation that is resurfacing, Sag. Let's look into what this legal situation, it looks like you're going to be receiving something. Maybe you have been praying for some type of an outcome to a legal situation, Sag. And in the coming weeks, Sag, or in the next 7 days, some of you may be hearing back from a court situation. Okay. This might have something to do with someone who's locked up. Somebody might be in the system. This looks like somebody is perpetually going to jail or perpetually in some type of legal situation here. Government. Maybe this has something to do with your taxes. Or this is some type of government assistance that's coming your way. Let's see what's going on with your money. What's going on with the Sag's money? Decrease. I don't know. It looks like, Sagittarius, you might have to pay some money out. Or maybe you're worried that maybe you might have to pay some money out. I don't know if this is... I do see that you're moving. I don't know if this legal situation has something to do with a move. Somebody's lying in court. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel that if you are dealing with a court situation, somebody's not taking something seriously, or somebody may feel that somebody's not taking something seriously, Sagittarius. I don't know. It just seems like somebody might be coming to like seek you out or play hardball with you, having to do with a legal situation. Let's see what's really going on with your money. What's causing it to decrease? I mean, you do right. I think you do. You're either writing a paper for school. You're working on something, it looks like. Okay, you definitely have a bully. What is going on, Sag? Okay, I'm trying to see what's going on with your money. Like, why has your money decreased? It just seems like you're not able to be productive. Something is affecting your productivity. And why am I hearing this specifically at home? That's what I mean. You're working on something, Sagittarius. It seems like you're working, but you're coming up short in some type of way. It could be that this legal situation might be draining your pockets. Maybe you don't feel supported. There's somebody that's watching you, or you're just watching somebody and maybe you're trying to act like you're not watching them. I want to say this is a neighbor for some situation. In some situations, I think you might be having animosity with a neighbor. Somebody's trying to watch you and act like they're not watching you, Sag, or vice versa. Some of you could be a high-profile person. Yeah, that's what I mean. It seems like you're working really hard at something. Like you feel shackled to something. Maybe you feel shackled to some type of responsibility that you can't really get out of, Sagittarius. It just seems like you're working hard for something and you're not feeling like you're getting the reward out of something, or you're working, you're busting your behind, you're hustling for something, yet you feel like you're not able to get any type of headway. And this week it seems like maybe writing might be your coping strategy, because it just seems like you're going through something. You're going through some type of depression. You're suspicious of someone around you, and you might be wanting to call somebody on something this week, calling somebody on their BS. It looks like maybe you are wanting to build a brand, but it seems like there's some type of distraction in the background of your mind. I think you might feel, Sagittarius, that you're too busy comparing yourself to someone. And it could be, maybe this is a body image issue, or this is a child that might be going through this. In some way, it seems like you're robbing yourself of a joyful life on some level. And maybe you might feel insecure about something, and maybe there's just something about yourself that you feel motivated to improve. Or this is what someone is doing with you at your job. They are comparing themselves to you. And maybe this is why you're having some type of challenge with someone, either at home or at work, because that looks like that's something that might be playing out. But in the background of your situation, it seems like there's a lot of self-doubt plaguing you. I think that you've got a brilliant talent for something, Sagittarius, but like I said, I think that that's what's getting in your way. And that might be why you might feel that your money is not where you want it to be this week because of that. Now, in some situations, you have an enemy. They might be trying to block you from your accomplishments, Sagittarius. Sagittarius ascendant. Maybe you are a Sag ascendant. Some of you, maybe I mentioned school. You have some type of academic goal, academic achievement, Seven of Swords. Okay, so again, watch your surroundings. Maybe you feel like you're going slower. Okay, there's a turtle here, like you're going at a snail's pace with something, Sagittarius. Or something is taking longer than you had expected. It might be a project. What is this that we're talking about? What's causing Sag's money to be at a decrease? Besides these self-doubts, keeping still. It's these self-doubts, Sagittarius, that I feel is causing you to keep still. It's causing you to retreat. It's causing you to dim your light in some type of way. You're pulling back your energy from something or someone. Nearing completion. Okay. Splitting apart. I think that might be what you're going through, couples. Maybe some of you are splitting apart from someone, from your partner right now. Some of you could be thinking about leaving your job, splitting apart from a business or a business partner, because it seems like somebody's really going out of their way, Sagittarius, to get in your head and to say some things that are putting you down, or this is you. This is where you're living in your mind. Like I did say, a lot of self-doubt. This could be the way that you speak to yourself. On some level, Sagittarius, putting yourself down. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again for emphasis, I sense depression. There's a project that I feel like you are working on, Sag, but let me see what's going on. Or like I said, you're in school. Looks like you're faced with a decision here. I think you're so worried, paranoid even, Sagittarius, about what everybody else thinks of you. And it might just be you. You might be the only one that feels this way. Here's this King of Wands. This week, Sag, it looks like you might be getting into it with somebody. Somebody might be trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, trigger you in some type of way. It's like somebody is saying something about your work, putting you down and something. What is going on? Okay, because it looks like you're working, right? You're very focused on something. Maybe this is you. You might find yourself this week, Sagittarius, kind of getting emotional out of nowhere over something. But it honestly feels like it's due to the fact that somebody might be saying something to you. Yeah. Or somebody may feel that you, Sag, may have put your foot in your mouth. You said something to them about something. That might be what you're thinking about. You're thinking about something that somebody said to you. Or somebody might really try you this week, Sagittarius. Let's see what this is about. You might be wanting to call somebody out. Oh, it's because somebody's a thief. Let's look into what this is about. What is somebody thieving from you, Sag? Somebody take something from you? Yeah, somebody's an addict. We talked about that. Maybe somebody's stealing something from you at home, or this is something that's going on at work. So I do think you're right. I think you might write music. You might write poetry. You write lyrics. But I think maybe, I don't know, somebody around you is destructive if it's not you that's destructive. So you got some gossip that's going on around you at your work situation. Or a word might be getting out about a legal situation that you have going on. What is somebody trying to steal from you? This is definitely going on at work. Either you are stealing from someone, or somebody is stealing from you. Yeah, this feels like this is somebody trying to capitalize on your talent in some type of way, is what I feel. Exploit your talent, capitalize on your talent. It just seems like some of you Saggies, maybe you have the gift of prophecy. Yeah. And maybe some people at your job might get away with certain things, but it just seems like when you do it, it's a problem, Sag. Yeah, you're striving. It looks like you're striving to be something great, Sag. Or you're striving to really do something, but maybe, again, this week it feels like you don't feel like you have the support that you need to be the best that you can be with a situation. I think some of you are thinking about leaving your job, and maybe you're just worried about what's next, or you're just concerned about what's next. And I think some of you Saggies, you're holding on to a job because of the financial aspect of it. You have responsibilities to take care of, you got bills to pay, but it just seems like your heart might really not be in it anymore. I don't get why you're working so hard if your heart isn't in it. It looks like you're faced with a choice, maybe about whether or not to stay where you are, or whether or not it's time to move forward towards something. But it just feels like work-wise, you might feel like something is weakening your financial security, having to do with work, obviously. Or like I said, you feel like you're working, you're hustling, but you're still not able to make ends meet, or you're coming up short in some type of way, Sag. And it might have something to do with your routine, Sag. It could be that you're procrastinating on something here. And it could be that maybe this, like I did say, this might be just a very emotional week for you. And maybe it might be good for you to reach out to people that you might feel are trustworthy. But I do feel like there's somebody in your situation, if it's not you, or people may see you this way. They may see you as the work bully, you as the one that puts people down. Or this could be you lashing out and doing this in retaliation to somebody in your job that's trying to do this to you. Now, let's make it clear. You do have an enemy, Sagittarius, and I think somebody might be trying to get on your case this week. But at the same, in the background of your situation, more importantly, it just seems like there's some type of emotional healing that, I did say, you might be at work and you might find yourself getting very emotional about something here. This could be you, like I said, maybe you do right. Maybe you are pouring your energy into your work. Random side note, some of you might have a work injury, specifically on your feet. Maybe you have something going on with your hands. But either way, I think that somebody this week, Sagittarius, might be triggering the wounded child within you. The child within you that felt abandoned by somebody in your life that maybe you feel like you went out of your way to try to please. And maybe no matter how much you tried to please this person, they still left your life. Or they put you down in some type of way. And this could be you comparing yourself to other people, or this is a child, especially if there's siblings involved here. There's a child that's comparing themselves to their siblings or to their peers. Or this is you as an adult kind of going back to your childhood. It's going to be a very cleansing month for you, Sagittarius. It's interesting that I said month. So maybe something might be ongoing for you. It might be a little bit prolonged, Sagittarius, this month. And maybe it might really benefit you to get out of your norm and maybe go on a vacation or get out of your regular environment, your regular routine, and maybe do something else. Because it looks like you're indoors constantly. You're not getting any sunlight, and maybe you feel like you're not really taking care of yourself. Definitely it feels like it's your emotional health that maybe you feel like you're not taking care of. There's somebody at your job, like I said, they're not acting like a team player. And I think that maybe you want to feel appreciated. And there's someone that maybe you wish would be on your team, but they seem like they're actually opposing you in some type of way, Sagittarius. It might be trying to make your job difficult for you. It seems like somebody is looking at you as though you're less than or beneath them in some type of way. Let me get to the bottom of it. What's going on with Saggy's money? Why is it on the decrease? I think you just have a lot of things on your plate this week, Sagittarius, and I think your guides are saying you might have to figure out what is a priority to you because you just have a lot of different things that you're trying to juggle. Random side note, it seems like there's somebody that might be in the military. Might have a military background that might be reaching out to you. Yeah, it looks like it. It seems like it. Maybe you're thinking about joining the military. I think you might hear from somebody that is long distance from you. And if they are in the military, then that's them. It seems like there's a lot of different things going on at home, Sagittarius, that are going to be grabbing your attention. And then there's a lot of things going on at work that are going to be grabbing your attention. So I don't know. I kind of feel like you might be delegating or asking for help, Sagittarius, from people that are around you. But I do feel like you're striving for a particular reason. You're focusing on something. And like I did say, self-doubt might creep in, Sag. But your guides are definitely backing you. And they're saying you have the ability to do this, to accomplish whatever this is that you're trying to accomplish. But yeah, this is going to be a particularly sensitive week for you. I think it's not only sensitive for you emotionally, I think it's sensitive for you spiritually, because it does feel like you're going through some type of an awakening. Now, at the top of the reading, I did say that I feel like your intuitive energy and abilities are very sharp. And I think you're most definitely going to benefit from using those, because like I did say, there's somebody in your environment with this Thief card and the Seven of Swords that's not really there for your best interest. Maybe this is you comparing yourself to somebody. Maybe there's somebody that you feel is an inspiration to you, or maybe this is what you feel called to do, to be an inspiration to other people. This week, Sagittarius, I think you're on a mission, a personal mission for yourself. Maybe there's something in your life or about yourself. I did say this. Maybe there's something here that you're trying to master or improve, because it does look like you're really scrutinizing yourself, or there's some things about yourself this week. You're spending some time in self-reflection, because I think that there are some things that are important to you, and I think you might be deciding to work on these things. But like I said, in the background of your situation, it seems like there's a responsibility that you have, and maybe you wish that you didn't have this responsibility. Yeah, that's what I feel that this is, that there's someone that you do admire. Someone's going to inspire you. Someone has been inspiring you to action. And random side note, Sagittarius, I think some of you sing. Somebody might be coming along this week, Sagittarius, to brighten your day with their energy. Somebody that maybe you haven't seen in a while. So this whole thing about you possibly being an inspiration to other people. Maybe you feel called, Sagittarius, to do something on social media. But maybe, like I did say, it seems like you're just worried, overly concerned about what everybody else is going to think or say, or you're worried about everybody's opinion of you. And that might be what keeps you from doing the very thing that you feel inspired to do. It just seems like you're very prone, Sagittarius, to overthinking. As soon as I part the deck, reparenting yourself. That's what you might feel inspired to do. This could be you possibly thinking about going to counseling for yourself, or counseling for the benefit of a child or certain family members that are around you. Yeah, this is going to be a very cathartic week for you. There's going to be some things that come up, Sagittarius, that inspires you to want to change something about yourself that maybe you've just kind of lived with, or you haven't, taken the action to make something happen for yourself. It seems like something might be happening over and over in your life, and it's causing you to, it's infringing on your sense of security. And I think whether it's financially or emotionally, like self-esteem wise, I feel like you're going to be working on that and putting in your energy here. Because it seems like somebody is possibly going to be saying something real smart, real slick to really bite at you or pull on your insecurities. And yes, in the background of your situation, we talked about that at the top of the reading. There's some type of conflict, or someone said something to you that triggered these emotional wounds within you. And it might be that you might have to turn. It could be that you might turn to the source of the issue. You might be speaking to this person about whatever happened. It doesn't seem like it's an easy conversation. Or you might feel called to talk to this person about it, but maybe you feel like this is a conflict that can't really be, there can't really be a resolution that's reached about something here, Sagittarius. You might feel this might be how your kid might feel, that they want to talk to you about something, Sag, but they just feel like you guys will just get absolutely nowhere if they do say the truth about how they genuinely feel. Now let's look into this. Let's see. You're waiting for the outcome of something here to a legal situation. Let's really, okay, enthusiasm. Remember I did say that maybe you're losing inspiration for something, Sag. It seems like you might get enthusiastic. You might get that vigor back for something. Yeah, it seems like you really have the potential for something. You really have a strong knack for something, Sagittarius. And I think if you are going through something currently with your work or with your finances, these obstacles that you've faced are temporary, yeah? But I feel like you might have something to do about it, to do with this. It seems like you play an intricate part in this. You may have a part to play as far as making a decision, but maybe you feel that you haven't. For whatever reason, it just seems like you don't really trust yourself to make these decisions. With court, okay? Maybe you feel like you don't have financial support. This feels like this might be child support. Definitely moving. What's going on with court for Sag, Holy Spirit? What's going on with court for Sagittarius? I mean, you gotta have some type of musical talent, it feels like, Sag. I think, okay, so if you have had a court decision that has been delayed, Sag, it seems like you might hear about something, like I said, in this month or the next coming weeks. Maybe you have some money coming in. It just seems like it, Sagittarius. Or a decision is made in your favor, where maybe you thought you were going to have to pay out a lot of money and maybe it's reduced. Yeah, deliverance. Especially, like I said, if this has something to do with, yeah, that might be something that's just mentally bothering you, mentally plaguing you, as a court situation. It works out in your favor, it looks like. Or you're worried about some jail time here. Somebody's getting bailed out of jail, it looks like, or able to avoid a situation that could have been worse. It seems like you might come out of something unscathed, Sagittarius, and it actually works out for you. But I think some of you, random side note, I don't know if somebody broke into your house, Sag. Something is causing you to not feel safe at home. And why do I feel like some of you might be in a violent situation? I feel like some of you could be in a domestic violence situation. What's going on with Sagittarius? Oh, some charges. Somebody has charges against you. Somebody might be dropping charges here, Sag. And this might put you in a position to be able to walk free. What am I trying to say? Some of you may want to move. It just seems like there might be some damage here to a place. Maybe this is why you want to move. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's too costly to repair something here, and maybe that's what's draining your pockets. It might have something to do with your living situation. Or maybe you might feel, Sag, that you're living beyond your means. Or this decrease in your salary. Some of you might have taken a demotion. But it just seems like your finances, like your bills, are way higher than your finances, than what you bring in. And that might be what's stressing you out. But this week, Sagittarius, I did say that this might be an emotionally charged week for you. Watch your words, say your guides. Because it is showing me that maybe some anger might come up this week, Sagittarius, to... No, you might be kind of like thinking about something. And out of nowhere, you get pissed. And this could be you lashing out at other people because of what's going on inside of you. And there might be people around you that don't know what's going on in your head. They don't know that you're battling this, I don't know, this emotional situation. And you know, like I said, you might feel like you could be lashing out, or you feel like somebody around you does not respect you, and that might be where you're putting somebody in check. I did talk to you about a writing talent, or you have a very strong connection with music. You sing, you write, or maybe this is you kind of like listening to music to kind of console you through these very emotional times. Or you're just kind of feeling confused about this awakening. You know, I think some of you Saggies, you're definitely going through this spiritual awakening, and it might be that it's the fact that maybe your consciousness is expanding, and maybe you don't really clearly understand what you're going through. Maybe this week there might be some difficulty with this might be the week that this begins, and maybe you're facing some difficulty with understanding what's going on within you. But like I did say, in the background of your situation, something, this depression, this sadness might encourage you to maybe reach out. It might cause you to share more on social media, or share more with people that you feel that you trust. It seems like you just might be kind of more active on your socials this week. And this could be a project. There's something here that I feel like your guides are inspiring you to do, okay? Sagittarius, I am guiding you toward your life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. So again, I talked to you about writing, or getting inspired, getting back that fire, that enthusiasm for something. I think that might be something that's that occurs this week, and this is where your guides are encouraging you to do something, to complete something, to get something done. It seems like you're really close, Sag, to completing something, and I think that you're going to see it through this week. Or if you feel like you're just ready to get off the hamster wheel with your job, all right, and maybe that's where you feel like you're at a standstill. This is where you feel like you find difficulty with making a choice about what you really feel that you ought to be doing with your time, rather than kind of feeling like you're a slave to your job. I think this week, or in the coming weeks, you're going to get the confirmation that maybe you desire, or that you've been praying for, asking your guides for, as far as what you're meant to be doing. And I do feel that you're going to find the answer to that this week. Whatever this is that's stressing you, Sagittarius, I think you're going to find a healthy outlet to this thing that is stressing you out. See, you're writing something. Like I said, you have a writing talent for something. You're writing, you're journaling something. You have an assignment here that you're completing. Okay, something is getting ready to happen for you, Sagittarius. You got Wheel of Fortune in your outcome. Some of you, I did say that maybe you have a spiritual talent, a spiritual gift, and I did talk about your intuition. Some of you might read tarot. Some of you, this decision that you're making has something to do with love. It seems like some of you might have a lot of different options in love, and I think that maybe there are some people that are really trying to compete for your attention. But I promise you, somewhere in your life, you are maybe ready to explore your options. You're wanting to prepare for what's next, but I don't think that you trust yourself to make the decision that's going to put you in the best situation to maximize your next step. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. So again, this feels like this is your guides. This is you looking to your guides for answers, for guidance about something. It seems like maybe, Sag, there's something that you wanted to do since you were a kid, and maybe during this period of time you might be realizing that your reach really is within grasp. Now, this brings me to a health situation, Sagittarius. Sag, as it pertains to your health or the health of someone around you. Now, just as a random side note, somebody could be experiencing dementia. Somebody could be in a convalescent home, possibly. I don't know if you were a witness to a crime. I do see that somebody may need to get their sobriety in check. I do. I see that. Somebody may need to go into recovery. At the same time, in the back of your situation, I think that maybe a thing that maybe, since I'm talking to you about a decision being made, some of you may need to make a decision about your health, okay? Because it does feel like part of you, I don't know if you've been putting off a visit to the doctor, Sagittarius. It seems like you've been putting something off. And this isn't for every Sag out there, but if it is for you, I think this might be the week, or in the coming weeks, I think you might be returning to the doctor. And I do feel like you've been putting it off, and your guides are saying, go now, Sagittarius. I am sensing surgery. Somebody around you could be getting surgery. You could be healing from surgery. Somebody's going to the doctor for something. And I think you might be realizing, Sagittarius, that maybe you do need to reach out to the doctor. And maybe you're not sure exactly about what's going on in your body, but I do feel like you're experiencing some type of pain. Or you may have gone to the doctor before to get something looked at, and you may feel like you don't have a remedy to the situation. Bottom line is, I feel like you have some type of discomfort or some type of pain in your body, and you've maybe been stubborn about going to the doctor, and you're not sure if what you're feeling is actually the case. But I think in some situations, Sagittarius, you might be seeing the situation accurately. Something causes you to return to the doctor. Or psychiatrist. It could be for that. It could be for your anxiety. You might feel like something is left unresolved. Yeah, you're having some type of discomfort, I feel like. And like I did say, it seems like somebody around you may either need to get their sobriety in check, or this is somebody may need to get a health check, is what I feel. You've been putting it off. Sag, I don't think that this is the week that you can continue to put something off. Is something going on with your breathing? You have asthma, you have panic attacks, or some type of mental illness. Somebody around you, it seems like somebody's just really heavily depressed, Sag. I'm also picking up some heart issues. Somebody around you might be an athlete. Yeah, I promise you, this feels like this has everything to do with your emotions. You have some type of emotional void here that I feel that you may need to look into. At the same time, I feel like you have a lot of untapped potential for something. It might be your iron levels. Iron. Are you anemic, Sagittarius? Some of you might be. You might be getting some blood work done. Anyway, the point is, like I did say, yeah, you're vitamin deficient too. I think you got some type of mental fog. I think something's going on with your blood or your emotions. Some of you, it's connected together. Yeah, thank you, spirit guides. Yeah, you got some type of blood issue. Or random side note, you might be getting your period this month, Sag. Anyway, the point is, something might cause you to go back to the doctor. You've been delaying it. You've been putting it off. Your guides are saying, go now. The advice. When you feel like you don't fit into this world, remember that you are here to help create a better one. Your tender heart is a treasure. I think that that's been the issue, Sag. I think your heart is a treasure. I think that people have stomped on you, stomped on your heart, basically. And that's why, I think this is where you wear this protective bubble around yourself. For that reason. At the same time, we're talking about this. You got this card that says clear your energy. And I did say in the beginning about this overwhelming smell of sage. I think you got some negativity around you, and I think it may be necessary for you to clear and shield your energy. The way that you're feeling, you're in this mental fog, you're having difficulty with concentrating, you might be sleeping a lot, you feel like you can't think clearly, it may have something to do with the fact that somebody might be throwing some negativity your way. Because somebody might see you as competition, Sag, and they might be trying to throw you off. That's for somebody. Either way, you got a lot of cards here talking about your purpose. You may obviously feel like a misfit. You feel like you don't fit into this world. And it might be that you're not from this world. You might feel like you're otherworldly. And I know that that might sound really strange to somebody, but I think it may also serve as a confirmation to somebody out there that may need to hear that. You may feel like you're not from here. You may feel like other people may not understand you on a spiritual level. And it might not be that these people are meant to understand you on this spiritual level. You're going through an awakening, and maybe you woke up sooner than other people that are around you. Whatever the case, I think a lot of you, Saggies, you have a spiritual purpose. But this might be something that you're not fully, completely decided on. You're not fully, completely sure if that's the route that you want to take for your life. But I do feel as though your guides are encouraging you to call your power back. I don't think that you're ordinary, meant to fit into this world or fit everybody else's mold, Sagittarius. I think that you're someone who is completely different. And I think that your guides are trying to get you to get comfortable with who you genuinely are and what your purpose is. I feel that some of you Saggies, you have a gift with animals. Maybe some of you feel called to work with animals. But yeah, this is why you're healing here. It seems like you're dealing with this feelings of loss and lack in your life, even in your pockets. It seems like what your guides are trying to get and for you to master, Sagittarius, is your ability to manifest what you want. But it seems like because you're coming from a place of lack and limitation, you might realize that you are setting up for yourself manifestations where you are manifesting to the deficit, okay? You're coming from a place of fear, a place of victimization, a place of feeling like everybody's out to get you or everybody's out to hurt you. I don't know. But either way, with certain people this week, Sagittarius, I feel like it may be necessary for you to set boundaries with certain people. Because I do feel like there will be people this week that may try to challenge you or to embarrass you, basically. Yeah. Portal, awakening. Something is going on within you, Sagittarius. I promise you. And I think you're going to be realizing your purpose this week. As soon as I say that, sacred purpose, ancestral legacy. Your ancestors are definitely speaking out to you, Sagittarius. It's just going to be up to you about whether or not you heed the call. Trust your angels. Your angels will tell you what to do next. Beyond this point, Sagittarius, if you feel confused or you feel like you don't know what route to take, you're not here and left alone to try to figure these things out on your own. You got a lot of cards here talking about giving your power away. This is the week where I feel, Sagittarius, that you reclaim your power. Do not give your power away to anyone. Say to yourself, I am strong and capable. I can approach this situation with confidence and skill. It seems like there's someone in the background of your situation that may be putting you down, Sag, or maybe dissuading you, causing you to feel like you're less than in some type of way, trying to get in your head and confuse you or influence you in some type of way. And it's like your guides are saying, Sag, don't partake in the rhetoric. It's time to take back your power. That's unlike you, Sag. The way that I see Sagittarius is a very strong and powerful sign. And it's not to say that you're not, Sag. I think that's the exact opposite that your guides are trying to see. They want you to see that you are strong and powerful. But you are human at the end of the day. So that's what I mean. You might be affected by something that someone might be saying to you, okay? Because like I did say, someone is really trying to trigger you or you feel like you've gone out of your way to try to trigger someone, and that might be where you might feel the need to go back and fix a situation. Random side note, Sag, you might be going to the pharmacy this week because it seems like you got some pain in your body. No. You might be cooking a lot. Or you might be hungrier than usual this week, Sag. Alright. Well, with that, Sag Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Sag, if this reading was helpful to you, thumbs up this video. Consider subbing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you do decide to subscribe, make sure that you hit the post notification bell so that you're informed whenever I upload a video for maybe a sign that you're cross-watching for, or your sign, or whenever I go live. Thank you, Sag Nation, for deciding to tune in with me this week. Have a prosperous, blessed, relaxing week, Sag, and I'll see y'all real soon. Peace out, Sag Nation.